In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Dum,
And no,
dum.
I don't have the dum-dum, so thank you.
Dun dun.
You gotta get Sabi
Yes,
on that.
Oh man, listen. For sure.
there you go. You're welcome. Yes, this is the first Patreon exclusive podcast. Obviously not wrestling. This is Law Order SVU, baby. And I couldn't do this alone before I introduce my lovely panel here. I, of course, am your host with the most, shaman of ShElite, the hardest working woman in podcasting, Miss Katie Kinsey Bay Bay. Joining me first, the co-host of Smacking It Raw, the co-host of Get Show, the host of the Straight Talk podcast, the Pornhub Poppy, Vince Delgado.
What's up, Katie? Daddy's home.
Hate you. You also put in your thing. I was gonna say it anyways, but you put it as your little thing. I had to.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I just kind of put it for Smacking It Raw, and I just keep forgetting to change it.
That's
So,
okay. That's okay.
yeah.
And either 2/3 or the entirety, depending on who you ask, of Young Kings Wrestling. First, the thespian, also known as TCF Baby, please say the baby, Mr. TC Fontaine. And no, I'm not doing a British accent for you. King Reek, House of Havoc, first of his name, and my advocate, Mr. Reek Havoc. What's up, boys?
What's going on?
What's up, man? Hey, that intro sounded like Candy Shop by 50 Cent.
You can thank Jayland for that.
I was over here
100%.
vibing like, hey.
I
Oh no, I
forgot how
watched all
hard
you
it went.
vibing.
I forgot how hard it went. I'm so glad in the crowd is back.
It's back,
Welcome back.
finally.
Right.
Third time. All of you have been on it twice.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I've been on all 3 versions of it too.
So have they.
Milestone.
Turn
Milestone.
up. We're making history over here, fellas.
Yeah, we're Grand Slam in the crowd champions.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
turn that
Matt
up.
will be joining you guys next month. Don't worry.
Join the crowd.
Next month is October, so
Hey, it's like
Matt's
when
obviously on that.
the 4 horsewomen all got caught up, but Bailey had to wait a couple months.
I'm not saying that. That's not me. That's not me. But we're here to talk Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Obviously, TC and I actually talked about this before everyone else got here. About a year ago, this was mentioned in the group chat about a Special Victims Unit podcast of some capacity, and it took a year, and I had to step up. I had to be the one to make this shit happen. You're welcome, everybody.
Throw up the ones for Katie.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Big
That's
facts.
me. Wow. That was great. Thank you. So, why and what has brought everyone to love SVU? Like, what brings you back? What got you hooked? I don't care who goes first. Round robin this shit.
Man, the drama is just so dramatic. It's so intense. The score, just like the score of all the episodes when all this stuff is occurring and like they interrogating the perp or maybe they in court and it's just the tension. It feels good. It reminds me of wrestling, kind of. It's like you waiting on all the chips to fall. Are they gonna catch the perp? Is he gonna get off? It's crazy. It's crazy. I enjoy watching SVU probably a lot more than a lot of other people because I never thought about this until recently. SVU is kind of a fucked up show.
Kind of.
Facts.
Like, it's a very fucked up show.
Does
There
that
you
make us
go.
fucked up for liking
And-
that so much?
Yes.
It is fucked up that so many
Well.
people enjoy watching a show about sex crimes, but it's entertaining though.
It is.
Yeah.
Such good shit.
No,
24 years, crazy.
yeah. The funny thing is, like, I got hooked on it like out of nowhere because as a kid I hated Law and Order because my pops was always watching it. But then it's like the last 2 years when I was in military school, when my junior senior year, it's like, you know, I'd be in the lounge and, you know, it wasn't a lot of TVs around, so, you know, some people would just be sitting there binge watching SVU and like I would just sit there, and I was always been into like mystery and stuff like that. But I'm sitting up there, you know, like, all right, it's on. I'll just indulge it. And it's like after an hour sitting through it, like, oh, okay, all right, let me watch another one. Because you know they do marathons like
Oh
the
yeah,
whole
right.
day long. So it's just back to back to back to back. I'm like, oh, this shit good. I don't know what I was missing it for. And then at that point, it's like, okay, so now I got to follow these things. You know, they got this story, a recurring character here. This person was a victim. Now they part of the team. Like a whole different, you know, switcheroo. Like I had to get it, you know, organized up and start watching from start to finish.
yeah. Same here with Rake. I kind of had the same experience with SVU. Like I knew it was a thing because it would always play right before Monday Night Raw, and like I always tuned in a few minutes before Raw, so I'd always was cutting into like the very dramatic stuff at the end of the episode, or like the final court scene, and like it seemed kind of interesting, but like not enough for me to like dive into it. Ironically enough, I was going to the laundromat and my phone died. My charger wasn't with me. I had no headphones, nothing, no MP3 player, nada. They were doing the marathon on like local television, like network television at the laundromat, and they played 2 episodes that I'll talk about later. They really caught me from season 6, and ever since then, I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. I got to go watch it. I'm like, where are these episodes at? I looked at Netflix. They had, I think, season 12 onward, but didn't have the first 11 seasons. So I would look where Hulu had it. I got my first Hulu subscription thanks to SVU, and ever since then, I just been binging the show. I've yet to caught up on season 24, but season 1 through 23, love it. It's great. Everything the TC said. The drama.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's the drama. It's the actors, like the guest stars that they have, which we will go into. Don't worry.
Oof.
It's just everything about it, and I mean, I was definitely way too young to be watching it when I was. Now that there was at one point where I wanted to work with survivors of domestic violence and all that stuff, so like that definitely was like a dose of reality for me, even though it's a fictional show, but that shit happens every single day. So that's one of the reasons I'll always like love this show. It does what a lot of other shows didn't want to do, and they went there multiple times in multiple different ways. Fucked up ways. As
More
we
than
mentioned.
once. More than once.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk characters. Not guest stars yet. We'll stick with like main casts, so like the detectives, ADAs, just you know, people who have been on like multiple episodes. Like shout out to Melinda Warren, the GOAT, right there. So let's rattle off some of your favorites, and we can talk about main characters or supporting characters before we get into like guest stars.
Munch, R.I.P. By the way.
RP Richard Belzer. Shout out to Munch. Shout out to my favorite character. Very it's cliche. Munch's partner, Finn. Ice-T.
Oh man.
Gotta go with Ice-T. Yeah, big Ice-T fan. I like Carisi. Carisi, cool peoples.
Love Carisi.
Carisi, such a developing story because originally he comes in and he's got like that piece of shit mustache. And he develops into like one of the most like best characters on the show. I didn't give a fuck about him. He went from detective to like ADA. Like he had a whole rise, a whole story arc. I love it.
He grew on me like crazy because like them first couple episodes, like I'm like, well, when is this dude gonna get out of here? Because he just not doing it for me. And then it's like turned all the way around, man. Like he really that dude now.
Carisi's
that's how I am about Rollins.
Oh, okay.
Because like I just recently came around to Rollins, like
recently,
and like recently in the last like 2 seasons.
Damn,
I'm so serious. I don't know what it was. I just maybe it's the fact that like the actress who plays Rollins was a soap actress, so like just the way she acted was very like soap opera ish. And it just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, but I appreciate Rollins a whole lot more when they brought in her replacement last season, Muncie.
Yeah,
It's got ass. Like, big ass. Shout out to Rollins.
I was preparing for her downfall with that whole gambling issue. Like, I'm like, eventually, this is gonna take you.
I thought she was gonna get whacked.
She was about to give it up for that 40 ball.
Oh man, it was about to go down.
No. I liked her. I think my favorite ADA, and it's probably one of my favorite characters, is ADA Rafael Barba.
Of course.
Fucking legend.
No, Barba the truth.
I'm about to say, like, I haven't. There's nobody better in my opinion. I'm sorry, ain't nobody.
Like I like Cabot, I like Carisi, but like Barba just was cold, boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
he's undisputed number one for me. And me before that, I was like, this is just personally, I was like, Casey Novak was number one for me at one point.
Oh, Casey.
But when Barba came through, man, listen.
You said move, bitch.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, because there's always been the debate that I've seen online is, are you team Casey Novak or are you team Cabot? Like,
ooh,
both.
I'm picking Cabot over Novak myself.
I'm saying Cabot was better at her job. No question.
Fair.
I'm talking about the job, and I wasn't talking about nothing else. You feel me? But job-wise, Cabot 110%.
I just thought Novak was more likable.
Yeah.
It was one case in particular, and I think, and I'm probably a little biased as an audience member, because as an audience, they explained the context to us already. Novak doesn't necessarily know the context of the case, and so she's just adamant that she is right, that the perp is a criminal, and she's just going in, and I'm just getting pissed off as the viewer.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So like that rubbed me a little wrong, the wrong way with Novak. But
it's the one with Terrence Howard was the
My whole thing with like Casey Novak is like she made an appearance like in an earlier season episode, not as Casey Novak, and people
as a victim.
not as a victim. She was one of the perps.
Was she the perp?
Yeah.
It was those three women that abused the male adult entertainer.
Right.
Yeah, she was wild. It was kind of like when Victoria Justice showed up in iCarly, and no one remembered her as like Ruby Marks or whatever it was, that MMA fighter. Like, like people not acknowledging past actors. It was crazy. But Jesus. I don't know. Me personally, I'm leaning more towards Alex Cabot, especially when I thought she died. I mourned her for a bit.
Oh man.
Then I found out she was in like secret and like in what is it, like secret
witness protection.
Witness protection. Thank you. She came back. Oh, that's one of my favorite episodes too. When she's over here pep talking the little like Latino kid, he was like, "I'm afraid of him too, but like I'm here," and talks him into it. Like I don't know, Cabot. I liked her, and she's the OG.
I mean, if we're talking OG, not ADAs. No one else. There are two. One has stuck it out for the longest. The queen herself, Miss Olivia Benson.
Oh, love Olivia.
Elliot Stabler did stick around for, 12 seasons?
Yes.
Before leaving. The most toxic ass pairing, but it worked sometimes. Like, the sexual tension between the two of them. Amazing. Everything about it was my favorite. I fucking loved the two of them.
Listen, you can cut the tension with a plastic knife.
He said plastic knife.
Yeah, no, it's been like that. I refuse to acknowledge Mariska Hargitay as anything other than a police officer or a detective. Like I completely forget that she's an actress. I just see her as an SVU detective in real life. I think that's how I treat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, her and Stabler just got this like this never ending. Oh, we getting close, but then we not, and it's like
The will they, won't they?
the
I
whole
hate,
thing. The whole
hate
thing
that
him,
shit.
with him coming back a couple years ago, and then what happened with Kathy. Like it's like okay, all the blocks is clear. We good to go. Like we don't
All
gotta wait
blocks,
no
yeah.
more. But I don't know. I don't think we ever gonna get there at this point. I think
I'm not feeling it in the return, especially after the whole Kathy thing, because it just kind of felt like, not to like bring up another TV episode, but it kind of felt like towards the end of How I Met Your Mother, where they kind of like force fed Robin and Ted back together towards the end, and they killed off the mother that we've been waiting to be revealed the entire series. I'm not feeling that anymore. Like initially, yeah, the tension was nice. I liked it. But also it's because one of my favorite characters that was his replacement, I loved him so much in Nick Amaro. I love Amaro so much, and I think I love their dynamic as like more of like a friendship as opposed to Benson and Stabler. That's just my personal opinion. He had like his own like trials and tribulations too, with his wife in the military, then losing his daughter. You know,
Uh,
I love them. I love them. He
I,
had some of the
I
best
got
moments.
I got Amaro on my list because that is a real one, and he had me tight because if he could just kept he was acting too much like Stabler because it's that when that emotion start getting a little out of control, he just starts snapping and like you got yourself in too much trouble on occasion. It's like man, you got to check yourself and you listen. You Hispanic dude out here, you know you can't be ruining your reputation like that.
No,
You the
no,
good
you
guy.
don't got the same privilege the Stabler does. You know,
Exactly. You gotta do twice as much, man. Like you can't be doing all that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like when Munch had to bail him out of jail, I'm like, listen, this better be a wake up call for you, bro, because we can't be out here going out bad like this.
yeah, yeah, for sure,
You're
for
right.
sure.
You're right. You're right.
Um, shout out. You know, he wasn't a detective, and he wasn't like one of the ADAs, but I think he was crucial and incremental to the cast in the first couple seasons, especially when they made him a season regular. And then I'm talking about BD Wong, Dr. George Huang.
Yeah,
Oh, I think
Listen,
the some of the
he
better
was
scenes are
goat.
when he's in there dissecting and just like talking back and forth with either the detectives or one of the perps. You know, it was so great to see those moments.
They need to bring him
I
back
just,
too.
I'm telling you, I refer to Wong as the brain. Like
Yeah,
this man, there was not a scenario that he could not have an answer for or some type of analysis for. Like
Cops don't think that way.
exactly.
True.
Like just came up in there and just break everybody down. Like, yeah, this one here got some like extreme dissociative disorder and stuff like that, and like it was just on it, crazy.
yeah.
He was throwing the whole DSM-5 with those fuckers, like a whole book thrown into people. It was so good, and he really like you have to be, yeah, you're the brains, but you also have to be able to take what they give back to you. Man's got his head smashed against a wall
Ooh,
Ooh,
repeatedly.
by that little demon kid.
ooh.
Forgot all about
Like that.
One of many
That's
demon
crazy.
kids he's had to deal with.
that. Mm-hmm.
A lot of demon kids
Oh
going through
yeah,
that precinct.
Yeah,
Crazy.
there's the kids that they get on the show to play the perps. Incredible. It's
Phenomenal
like
actors.
scary.
Yo, listen, dude from Shameless, and it's crazy because then he turns out he goes and plays Carl and Shameless, and he a bad kid there too. So it's like it was just going hand in hand.
I mean, same thing with I can't remember the actor's name, but he plays Mickey in Shameless. He was Stucky.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
dude, stuck. We're getting to guest character territory.
Yo.
That's okay. That seamless transitions, baby. That's why we're here.
Yeah, let's get it.
I wasn't ready for that plot twist from Stucky. I really wasn't.
Now, Stucky was a prick.
Like he was, but I'm like I didn't think he had
that in
Oh,
him.
I didn't think he I didn't think he was about it like that.
My big thing with Stucky was, and initially you kind of sympathize with him because he just kind of seems like that awkward, like annoying, socially awkward dude, like in school or in the workplace or whatever. And like there were times where I'm like, damn, Stabler, like he's up on Stucky, man. He's over here just I get it. But then he'd fuck up and then he pissed me off and shit. Then that plot twist at the end, that was one of Olivia Benson's best moments. That's top 5, top 10 moments right there, where she just played her ass off. Fantastic.
Queen.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite episodes in there. Zebras. Love it.
Sure.
If we still on guest hosts, yeah.
Go ahead.
If we still on guest hosts,
we are.
Ludacris.
It is.
Ludacris was a guest on the episode of SVU. I don't remember what episode it was.
I got you. He was on episode in Venom and in Screwed. Venom was season 7. I think Screwed was like later on. I don't have the season for that one.
It was a few years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
This man, I never hated a perp more than I hated Ludacris playing Darius Parker. Shout out to Ludacris.
Shout out
really,
to Ludacris.
That was some of the best acting I've seen. This dude, and I couldn't even like think whether to be mad or not, because like you outsmarted some cops in the whole entire law system, but like you committed a terrible acts of crime in the process,
like actual terrible things.
Yeah, so like I as a viewer, you're a little conflicted because it's just like as a viewer who doesn't have that much of an appreciation for the law, you'd be like, damn, he outsmarted them cops and those lawyers. He represented himself.
Yeah.
No law training. Like
could have fooled me.
Right.
The plot twist at the end though, like where Finn's wife revealed that was her son and whatnot. Like,
that was. I would have got rid of that little motherfucker too.
Right.
Yeah.
It was deep out here, bro.
Easily.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luda, man.
And if you can think of a famous person, they've been on this show, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, literally.
See,
even before they were famous, like a lot of people before they were even famous were like on SVU. They played maybe like one scene where they're like a witness or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they got famous, they came back on the show. That happens a lot too.
Well, since we're on Katie's show, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention
Goldberg.
I didn't want to be the one,
but it's the thing. Like my dude started off the episode tearing shit up. Like they just told him. They just said, "Yo, go in there."
Breathe after the doom doom. And the next thing you know, you see Goldberg just fucking up the pre-team.
They told him
crazy. They hit this man with a taser. He looked at it and laughed it off like, ha ha, and ripped it off like, what the fuck?
No selling even in SVU.
That's what I'm saying. They went in there. They told him, like, "Yo, just be Goldberg, bro. Just be who you was for all them years, bro. Just go in there and go crazy." Had Stabler busted his head back open.
Damn.
Threw through the glass and everything. Like, yo, man. And then Finn went and got the chair. He was like, I seen this on TV. You ain't gonna get me.
That shit ain't do nothing.
Oh
man. Y'all remember
crazy.
You remember the name of the character that Goldberg played?
Nah.
I looked that shit.
He was so dude, that was such a short scene. It didn't even matter in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
I looked it up just because I was curious. His name was Cupid.
Cupid.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He did make a reference to like Cupid something when he was. I think they said he was supposed to be high on PCP.
He was.
Yeah.
Now imagine this big 6'5", 275-pound dude high on PCP. The precinct, it's not like a large area. It's an office, so it's just a hallway. There's a bunch of people already in the hallway, so it's a little congested. And this big ass dude is just fucking shit up.
Yeah, man.
That precinct hallway is dangerous.
Where it is, man.
Little kids getting shot now. Yeah, almost.
No. Hold on. We have to address this. On my own fucking show.
Hey, he did try to play you though.
Listen. You said special guests. That counts.
They do.
I really thought you were gonna go like Matthew Lillard.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because that was one of the episodes that got me tight. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. Matthew Lillard was like, what, 30, 40 at the time. And you up here, you got this thing going on with Carol Burnett. Like,
what?
And Birdie. Come on now.
Carol Burnett was on SVU. I didn't know that. I love Carol Burnett.
Oh my God, TC. That's another.
Carol Burnett was fucking.
Listen,
Matthew Lillard. What?
Yeah. It was a great episode. But I'm like, hold up. Because the whole time they like, oh yeah, this is my nephew, my caretaker, whatever. And then we just flip the script like, oh no, we've been a thing the whole time. The now nephew thing is just a cover. Like,
it's a cover because he's way younger. Chet and Aunt Birdie. That's my.
What season? What season is this episode?
Season 9. God.
Ooh. I think it is season 9.
Season 9, that was about 15 years ago. Carol Burnett was still old as fuck 15 years ago.
Right.
She looked good in this episode.
Ballerina. That's the
Ballerina.
That's the title. Yeah. It's a damn.
That's shameful.
Season 10. My bad.
Okay, we're close.
You're close.
We're off by a season.
Yeah.
All the seasons blend together. Let's be real.
That one
basically.
Like that the early ones, you could tell the early ones is a little old, and it was like late 90s, early 2000s.
The way they shot them.
Yeah.
Just look at Olivia's haircut, and that's all you'll determine.
Yeah. That'll tell you all you need to know.
Yeah.
It's like Stabler used to have hair, kinda.
Kinda.
He had that John Cena ball spot for the longest.
Yeah. He had the John Cena transition into the Paul Heyman.
Oh.
That's tough.
Fucked up. Fucked up.
I'm surprised we haven't mentioned them so far, but Robin Williams is Merritt Rook. One of the best episodes, but we already talked about.
I just discovered that one earlier today too.
Yeah.
But that one for sure, because we already talked about it, but I'll go with Henry Messner, the evil kid psychopath that like the dude from you just mentioned him. It was one of the evil kids.
Shameless,
like the one from Shameless. He's my favorite character because he's a recurring character. Because early on he gets like put away, like what is in like in the mental health institution, and then he comes back and then like unalives family members. You know, it's fucking wild,
crazy.
Yeah.
They really. I'm telling you, these kids, Sarah Hyland. Literally known
Sarah
for
Hyland's episode
being just Haley ditzy teenager, but her episode, she's like young. I want to say maybe like 8 or 9, maybe 10 in this episode. The acting this girl gives is top tier. Like, should have gave her all the awards right then and there.
I love this. I love the scene where she's actually like locked up and she's just coming on down or wherever the fuck she was taking, and then she just starts to like being over dramatic and like just like breaking down. It was fucking great. I love it. What's the name of the sister on Modern Family? She was also in the recent episode too, like in season 22 maybe
Alex?
or something. Alex, yeah, like the actress to play Alex, she was there too, but as a blonde. Yeah, I didn't even recognize.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I didn't notice her right away because Melissa was like, "You know who that is, right?" And I'm like, "No."
You said no.
Like, no, I didn't recognize her because she was a fucking blonde. She looked completely different.
Hey, it works.
Yeah.
So, anybody have any other guest stars? Go ahead.
Yeah, Jill Scott.
Oh,
Jill
But see,
Scott.
she made me hate her in that episode.
I
though.
did too. I couldn't
Like,
believe it. I couldn't
I was
believe
so
this was
upset
Jill
about
Scott.
that. Yeah, man. Because I
Like,
don't
y'all know what episode we talking about. Jill Scott, her sister, she was like her sister's caretaker. Her sister was disabled,
Mm-hmm.
and she was abusing her.
I hated that one. She pissed
Yeah.
me off.
Oh my god.
Couldn't stand Jill
man.
Scott for the longest.
Cold blooded.
There's an episode I was watching. I just turned it on randomly because I seen Heavy D was in it. Shout out to Heavy D, R.I.P. Heavy D was in this episode, and I turned the episode on, and I randomly see Carmelo Anthony and Chris Bosh on the episode.
that's the episode that got me back into SVU because I took a break from SVU after a while.
Yep.
And then they started playing the beginning of that episode, and I just didn't really care. And I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a chance. And this was like months after the fact. And then I saw Anthony and Bosch in there. I'm like, maybe I'll.
Like, what are y'all doing here, bro?
What's going on? What's going on?
The episode was gross because the episode was kind of realistic too. Like you hear about that stuff all the time. Like these, I mean, it's literally happened with the Team USA gymnastics, where you had like the doctor was abusing those athletes. Penn State, like that shit happens all the time. So like those realistic episodes are crazy. Like they had the one based on Chris Brown and Rihanna.
Yep.
Oh,
that was
insane. That was so sad.
That was a very sad ending. Very cliche sad ending. But
what about the one where they took inspiration from Michael Jackson?
I heard of that one. I never seen it.
I remember that one.
Yeah. The ending frustrated me. I don't want to spoil it for you, but the ending frustrated me watching it.
Spicy, man.
We have yet to mention him, William Lewis, probably the best villain in the entire SVU series. Almost killed our girl Olivia Benson.
Pablo Schreiber?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's probably
the best story arc.
That's the most. It's the most compelling they've ever done, no question. Because to this day, she ain't never been in that much danger and.
I mean, she did get ran up on some gang members last winter.
Well, that was different though. That was different. And you know, I was gonna say this for later, but you seen what they did to Duarte?
Bro, that had me tripping when they got Duarte
me
out
too. Of here. In a bodega.
Man, he was over there just trying to get him some things, man. He told that dude call 911.
Right.
Hey, he had him for a second though. I thought he had him. I didn't even know he died for like 2 episodes. Like,
man, they hacked this motherfucker up. Like, I was like, I didn't know what was doing like that on here.
Yo, what was that gang called? BX9.
BX9.
Them dudes were on some bullshit. They had like the rape tree. Oh my god, that was some shit right there.
Yeah, man.
They had a rape tree. They literally hung every woman that they assaulted. They hung their underwear up in a tree. Like
that tree was massive.
100 pairs of just panties just in the tree.
See, and that's what I mean. Like we talked about, the show's fucked up. That
very fucked up.
That alone, disgusting.
This comes on network television, bro.
Weekly.
Like not cable, not like a paid cable subscription. No, this comes on network television weekly for almost 25 years.
Right.
It's fucking wild, man. This shit started back in 99.
Yeah.
It's still going.
Yeah.
I wasn't even 7. I turned 7 like a week after this show debuted.
Yeah, it was like that.
Oh man.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe wild.
Dick Wolf is a wild dude, bro. And he got multiple series of this shit.
Right. Yeah.
For sure.
So many.
I mean, I guess if people still commit crimes, you got a lot of content to work with. So.
And people commit crimes every day.
Every second of the day.
That's for sure, man.
Vince, did you have any more that you wanted to mention?
The cannibal doctor dude, like that was actually working with the SVU detectives, and then he turned out to like be like a serial killer himself.
Oh, you're talking about
Dr. Greg Yates.
yeah,
Oh,
that was a lot of like the crossover stuff with
I was about to
Chicago.
say I got that on my list of storylines because that shit was nuts.
Well,
And I had never watched Chicago PD. I'm like, I gotta tap in to see how this shit ends. 'Cause
I do fuck with Chicago PD a little bit, not as much as SVU, but Chicago PD is not a bad show. Storylines. Let's talk. We've talked a little bit about Olivia and Lewis, which is probably in agreement the best storyline in SVU.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
that's the
sure.
one. Like, if you weren't a fan, you would have been a fan after watching it.
And it spanned for how many seasons?
Oh yeah,
Like,
because it
it
happened
wasn't
first.
just the one. Yeah.
Then
There were like
you
3
know,
different
there's the
seasons.
trial. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And there's the whole bringing up the fact
he
that she
escaped.
beat him senseless when he was subdued
Shit.
already, and then he break out because the lady working at the prison or whatever snuck him some.
Wasn't it one of the jurors?
Yeah, but she was like she came in. She came in for a visit. She slipped him some of that sleeping whatever, and got him up out of there. And then he came back, kidnapped the little girl. That whole Russian roulette scene was wild as hell.
The Russian roulette scene's crazy, man. Fucking wild. It was like a Joker type motivation, because he knew that like he kind of like set it up so that even if he lost the Russian roulette and died, everyone would pin this on Benson and then like question whether or not she just straight up shot the man, you know, and like accused of murder, like straight up Joker shit.
Actually, a psychopath and a sociopath.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Real quick. This reminded me. We're talking. I know we get into the storylines, but Tucker. That just reminded me.
Ooh.
Because the fact that the way he did that, he knew that I wasn't gonna go for that, and Tucker was the biggest asshole for the longest time.
Yeah, for sure.
Tucker's character arc was something to witness.
Because first he was on my guy Stabler for the longest. Yeah, I know, dude, you know, was getting a little extra. You know what I'm saying? He had his moments, you know, doing a little too much. He had a couple shootings. You know what I'm saying? But then he started coming after Liv. But then she started dating him. Like, what the fuck type of shit is that?
Yeah.
But then, well, like I said, like his character arc was something to witness. Like, I'd be asshole, and then he kind of disappears for a while, comes back, targets Liv and Amaro when all of that was going down.
Yeah.
Liv ends up dating him. They want to go to Paris, and then he gets cancer. Like, Jesus.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
ATC. Don't niggas die every day, B?
Be hiding it.
Right. You tough, right?
Hate you both. All right, let's backtrack. Yates. Gregory Yates. And the crossover that we ended up getting with Chicago PD for quite a few episodes. Because it started, I believe, now I could be getting this wrong, you guys can correct me, I think it started in Chicago, went to New York, and then he kind of like kept flip-flopping. Am I right?
Yeah, more or less.
Because I think Chicago picked up his case first, and he just kind of trailed into New York. But that whole thing, that was some grim shit. All of that was like really dark.
Kidnapped Nadia, and then because if people weren't watching Chicago PD, they were like, why do we care about this random girl? But like, if you watch Chicago PD, she was trying to be a cop, and it was so sad because she used to be a druggie, and I can't remember her name anymore. The main female detective in PD was trying to help her out, and then it was like her birthday, and then Nadia gets kidnapped, and then that shit hurt. That was so sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this is like all these. It reminded me of like Psycho a little bit. All these dismemberments and shit, and then you had the other doctor that was cross dressing and acting, having personality disorder going on. Like, it was crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, I can't remember the other doctor's name for some reason.
I remember the face. I can't for the life.
I
of me
remember the
remember his
face.
name.
Yeah.
I know the person. It's just the name is not there.
And the worst part was that he was an ME.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that was his cover. Like he was just seeing all these bodies coming in, stuff like that. Like,
fucking sick.
I like the whole story arc with Olivia finding out about her father, maybe, and then later finding out about her brother Simon and how he was kind of like set up, like in the crime, and her kind of like risking her job to try to save Simon and prove his innocence, help him out. He made a few episodes back and forth, and then like towards the end, like like he had lost his wife, had lost his family, his kids. Unfortunately, like he's gone. Like we think he took his own life, but wasn't it like later like proven that he was basically killed and like taken advantage of by like some two women or something?
Well, I don't remember what the situation was. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all might not feel the same way. I don't feel bad for this dude. I really don't. Like I honestly, like at some point in time, you gotta get tired of screwing up, because like he just could not get his shit together from the time she first found out about him, all the way on through the situation with the kids and trying to take CPS, trying to take the kids and all this other stuff. Like it was just one thing after another after another. Like, dog, you got to get it together. You like at some point you got to try, and you're just making excuses.
Okay, I feel you on that, because that's the same way I feel about the whole Kim Rollins storyline when she gets introduced as Rollins' sister. Now that bitch cannot get her shit together, and she keeps fucking over Rollins. Like when she went in there and gave her so many opportunities, and she walks back into her apartment and she got robbed by her own sister. Oh my bro, you just got jacked by your own sister, and you still gonna keep giving her chances? Like the fuck?
Listen,
I can't stand that.
I'm telling you,
all you have to say.
After she pulled that whole shit with the boyfriend, where she basically set him up for Amanda to shoot him, she'd have been dead to me when I found out how she was doing that.
Oh yeah,
because that was corny. Like, I'm sorry.
No, blood or not, family or not.
You almost cost me my whole job about this. Like, nah, you got to get up out of here now.
Yeah. Kim fucking sucked.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What a bitch.
Not literally a bitch. Like she would have got hands many times.
Yeah, man. But nah, I think the whole storyline of Liv becoming a mom was really dope. By circumstance. I mean, it's kind of sad how it turned out to happen, but like, it was just one of the things that after a while, it's like you knew her life was the job, so there was nothing else to really focus on or get away from it all. So it's like all of a sudden, now you got an adopted kid, so it just
got Noah.
Gave her some new perspective, basically.
I need Noah to get some stories or something, or just stop having him show up so much.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna do nothing.
It feel random a lot of times.
Later on,
it's like, oh, look at this. Liv is a mom outside of work. Ooh, that's literally the only purpose that Noah serves.
Right.
Y'all can do that without having him just be random. They're just having lunch.
Like when
I mean, but there's like
say, hey, he's older now.
Grandma Sheila coming in. That was a whole storyline that happened, which was weird.
That was some sideways shit. Like,
that was some weird shit. I couldn't even look.
Didn't
at
they have like a Noah was bisexual storyline like a couple years ago, and then it was mentioned, and then they just never did nothing with it. Like, I thought like, oh, he about to finally serve a purpose to this show, but nope.
Yeah,
don't see him no more.
I think the only thing memorable about like Noah, like towards the end, like as he gets older, is like when he's talking to his mom about how like he was like inside a dog cage essentially when he was like hanging out with a friend or something.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that was fucked up.
I
Yeah,
thought
that was.
I thought that was about to be a situation.
Oh, Olivia should have handled it differently. She should have went Stabler style and just fucked some shit out of it.
That was crazy.
Well, like it's not the first time they introduced like a child of one of the main detectives or like actors in the series. Like Finn's son Ken. Now that is a great character. Now that's a great father son like relationship dynamic
I
story.
love that development.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ken, they had such a strained relationship at first, and now like he kind of comes along, they start building it up. Oh no, he finds out his son's gay. Now he's like struggling with that. And then he finally comes to accept that. Oh, now he's a grandfather.
Right.
Now he's just like
cool.
I like how they developed Finn over the course of his time. Like
for sure.
Give his character some purpose.
Yeah.
Hey, Finn got him a woman now. I'm happy for my guy.
Hey, shout out to Finn.
He's coming up.
Yeah, man. It was about that time.
Hey, did y'all see last season Finn got stuck up in his own apartment?
Yo.
Like, how do you even let that happen?
Like, all the years you done been on the job, man, that ain't never.
Man came home drunk. He had no idea what was going on.
Sheesh, man.
Couldn't even open a pickle jar.
Right.
How fucked up he was.
Not the pickle jar.
Not pickles.
Those darn pickles.
Honestly, though, like, the craziest storyline that I remember was, I think it was towards the end of season 13, when Kragen started going undercover because they was trying to get after that ring. And that episode ended, and he woke up, Shorty was dead in his bed with the blood all over it. I'm like, oh no, they didn't do this to my guy.
Bro, we didn't even mention Kragen.
Yo,
I thought it was a rap for Donnie, bro.
Right. I thought my guy was finished, man. It was so crazy. Yo. That whole situation was just from start to finish.
I gotta run that back because I don't remember exactly what happened, but
well, it started with Cassidy because Cassidy was undercover.
Oh yeah,
I was just about to mention Cassidy.
Yeah, he was undercover.
RP Cassidy, man. Facts. Buy your insurance.
Protect yourself from mayhem like him.
Facts.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, man. Nah, Cassidy was undercover with the one dude that was running all these girls. And
the big nose dude from House.
Yeah. And something happened that they got into the investigation on, and it was the chick that was running the rival escort service or whatever. They was just beefing. They was going at it back and forth. And Kragen got involved because one of the girls was talking to Amaro about it.
Yeah. Kragen got lonely, so he enlisted some services and got tangled up in an entanglement.
Kragen said, "What you gonna do for this 40 ball?"
I'm about to say, and dude had some vices. Like I remember he had confided in Amanda when she was talking about the gambling problem. He's like, I used to be a drinker. You know what I'm saying? Come in, get loaded up, go home, do the same thing. Like,
yeah,
the dude had some vices in his life, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Shit, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
With that job.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have something. You fucking see dead bodies, dead little girls, and dead kids all the fucking time. Like,
man.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Having that kind of job would prevent me from doing other things. Like, I wouldn't be able to like watch like horror films. I wouldn't be able to like play games like Mortal Kombat. Heck, I don't even think my sex life would be like healthy at all. Like, I need
PTSD, man.
Yeah, man. No, fuck all that shit.
Oh yeah.
So storylines aside, episode wise, or just specific things in an episode that like stand out, memorable, before anyone else goes, one of mine is, I can't remember the episode name, but it was more towards, I want to say like season 4, season 5 maybe. It was the little girl on the phone with Olivia. And was it 7? Okay.
Yeah.
That episode, that's one of the ones like I'll go back and I'll watch it just because like it's so good. And Olivia, like, all through a phone call, just figures all of this out. Little girl like knows like some English, not a whole lot. Olivia's just like telling her to like say the poem that her mom used to say to her. I was like, this is the like the episode that I would always tell people to watch.
That's
because it's not like super crazy like shootings and dead people everywhere in like some of these episodes that get crazy. It's just like specific like detective work to figure it out.
but
And
like
the drama.
you can see too, it's definitely anxiety inducing.
Oh, it's stress
Like-
inducing. The moment where the guy walks in while she's on the phone with Olivia, and he takes the phone. It's like, who is this? I'm like, this is the police. We know where you are. And he just laughs. It's like, no, you don't. And hangs up. I'm like, Maria's done for.
I'm crying. Like, no.
I'm panicking. here.
Didn't they find her like damn near buried alive?
She was.
Yeah.
Olivia had to resuscitate her CPR with CPR. Yeah, I had that listed too. That was actually the first one I was going to mention before you went.
See, fuck you. That was the only one I wanted to say.
It's my number 1 episode of all time. It's 911 for good reason. Maria, it's great because, like I said, it's all done over a phone call, and like it shows off her detective skills because you don't get a chance to see it too often, you know. But man, that was good detective work.
Who remembers that episode with that chick Angelette? Shorty, so her parents were killed, like axe murdered, basically, and they were all like super rich. She was the heiress
Sarah
or whatever.
Paulson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you, she got her role on American Horror Story off this episode alone. I can tell you that right now. Because like the way she flipped that 180 at the end and like started going crazy. Like,
oh, with like that really cool, suave, curly hair dude.
Yeah, and they tried to act like he was the one that killed them.
Yeah.
She was acting like, oh, he was following me and stuff like that. And the whole time he was a cop too.
Yeah. She was crazy. That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I love that episode.
Oh, that man, good one. I forgot all about that.
Yo, and they tried to get me in that episode too, because I remember they was at the end, it was taking her somewhere, and then some car pull up and they sprayed it up. Liv gets shot, Stabler gets shot, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? They just drove off with it, and then I saw Finn. I'm like, okay, so we good.
Okay, guys, we're fine. Nobody's dead. Fine.
Yeah, I'm just like, hold the fuck on. I didn't just do that in the season.
Imagine if they actually did.
Yeah, listen.
That's how the show fucking ends.
They would have had some answering to do on that day.
I think Benson's the one character in the whole show that you can't kill off without killing off the show. Period. You'll ruin the show the minute you kill her off.
She didn't been shot like. She didn't had a really fucked up year last year. Like she didn't got shot, got jumped by some gang members.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Still she rise.
Don't forget, it's in my top 10, season 9 episode Undercover when she goes.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. She was almost a goner there.
Yeah, that was another
stress-inducing
episode.
It was like my heart was racing. Like as soon as like Finn and them bust in, like before that, man, couldn't do it.
And she like that was one of them things she had PTSD from too.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She done been through it all.
I'm telling you, between that and the Lewis joint, like her
PTSD
that, like I'm surprised it took her that long to see a shrink.
Yeah,
honestly,
I'm glad she saw a shrink. Olivia, she experienced the Dusty Rhodes hard times for sure in the show. She had.
Yeah, man.
So when I talked about earlier about when I first got into the series, the episode that really first caught my attention was Scavenger. It was the episode where it was like a serial killer and like he was leaving like puzzles and stuff similar to like the Riddler. And at the end, like he does get caught, and then like the way they get him to like actually like fold is that they find out he's claustrophobic, so they lock him in the closet and just like get him to like break down. That one was the episode that really got me like hooked because like for whatever reason I'm a weirdo. Like I need to be checked out, but like serial killers, like the story of serial killers for whatever reason fascinate me. So that's what got me hooked up. So I liked that one, and then immediately afterwards was the episode from season 6, Charisma, the featuring Jeff Kober, the cult leader. The one that was one of the hardest ones to watch because especially the scene where he has like his whole like cult or whatever with all the little kids and stuff, and then the police walk in, and then it's just an unalive scene of little kids. Everyone has to do mandatory therapy in order to like continue on the case.
Yeah. Specifically for that.
Wong specifically said Stabler has to be off this case. He can't be on this case.
He said Stabler's got to fucking go.
Yeah.
He's got like 8 kids at home. He's got to go.
He's gonna mess around and drop several bodies about this.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He gets that one little girl pregnant, like that 12-year-old girl or something. Apparently that was like her 3rd pregnancy at that point. And then like it's so fucked up. Then the final scene too, where like the pregnant little 12-year-old girl is just on the bed and she has the fucking gun, and you don't know if she's gonna shoot the cult leader dude or if she's gonna shoot Olivia. And I'm over here panicking, I'm stressing. I'm like, who the fuck is this little girl gonna shoot? Please don't shoot Olivia. She's the only one trying to help you. Yeah, those are some good episodes. Those are the two that got me hooked in the series, and I'm like, you know what? This is the show for me. This is my Mount Rushmore of TV shows.
TV wrestling?
I was about to say TV wrestling. I'm still thinking wrestling.
Sorry, this is not a wrestling show.
It's okay. I know we was talking about, Goldberg, but
I'm just wrestling with my demons.
I can't.
No, but the episode where Finn's old partner, I forget what it was, something with his health plan or whatever. They weren't taking care of my guy. His wife died, and then so his mother, not his mother, his daughter, who was like enlisted and was like sharpshooter or whatever. She just started hitting people from the top of the roofs and shit like that. They shot Amanda. I was like, yo, shorty really tripping like this. That was some wild right there, man.
TC, anything we haven't said?
I'm over here trying to spin the wheels on like guest stars. Like, y'all remember Snoop was on here?
Oh yeah.
How do you remember Snoop on there?
I do. It was a more recent episode.
Yeah. It was maybe with like 2020 or 2021 around here. Snoop was on here with Orlando Jones, the dude from the old 7-Up commercials.
I done forgot about Orlando Jones before I saw that episode.
Yeah. Y'all listen, I might be showing my age with Orlando Jones, but he was black famous for a minute here. Drumline. Everybody Hates Chris. He was on there twice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He was playing 2 different characters on Everybody Hates Chris.
He was.
Played Bill Cosby.
Yeah, man. The dude from The Replacements.
Oh, shit.
He was a receiver.
Damn, he was in there, huh?
they had him put on some sticker. He was like, "Coach, look like I just jerked off an elephant."
I always forget about that movie.
Shout out to The Replacements.
Listen, that movie was that was one of them football movies. That was some good shit.
I know.
Shout out.
I know.
Shout out to Keanu Reeves.
Facts.
Yeah,
True.
Keanu Reeves was in John Wick. And John Wick also had Ian McShane, who was also in an episode of SVU. See how I did that? See how I said that?
It's like what is it? The 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever.
Yeah.
It's that.
Ian McShane on SVU played in an episode of SVU that I just can't watch. If it comes on, I'm turning it off. He was playing this TV producer. And he would like audition girls for, whatever program, whatever the hell he had going on. He'll audition them on camera and just had him do shit, and then he turned the camera off and just like assaults him. It was gross. It was really gross.
Yeah, man.
It's gross because, man, that's like, not only is it close to home, but like you see that like that's some of the most prevalent stuff you see. Like, it's like anyone can be like, with like where we are right now in society, everyone wants to make it as an actor, as a like media content creator, whatever, and you can't go ahead and be like taken advantage of, unfortunately, and then like it shines a big spotlight on that issue. That's at least that's one good thing, one positive thing about SVU. Even though they showcase all this fucked up shit, at least they're putting a spotlight on it. And I didn't even knew half of this stuff was like a serious like issue until like you watch SVU.
Right.
Yeah. The SVU is really good at they rip stuff from the headlines and they put their own spin on it. You talked about Chris Brown and Rihanna, the Michael Jackson episode.
Yep.
Even the Sarah Paulson one, I'm pretty sure, is a spin on an old like murder case. Like everything they do, like all the cult stuff, it's a lot of it is based off. I mean, it even says it like, based on like true story kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I am a white female and I love serial killer and crime stuff. I am the stereotype when it comes to that. So like learning about what some of these episodes actually are supposed to be, fucking ridiculous.
You were talking about like parodies or taking inspirations from other episodes. What about the Casey Anthony one featuring Hilary Duff?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's another one. How y'all gonna make me hate Hilary Duff? I love Lizzie McGuire.
I love
Lizzie McGuire. Like, how dare you?
Lizzie McGuire was my shit back in the day, man.
Right.
I'm over here questioning, like, so you grew up to be this kind of mother? This is why I supported you throughout my childhood?
Even though in real life, Hilary Duff is unproblematic and aging like some damn fine wine.
Ooh.
Facts. Nothing but facts.
She's the only reason I watch How I Met Your Father.
That show got canceled.
I know. I saw. I got 2 more episodes that I want to highlight real quick. I want to talk about season 6. Like, we're seeing a series like a common theme here. Season 6 is, I guess, one of my favorite seasons because it had the episode Identity. It's where it has like that girl that's trying to tag and get into like her brother's like tag, like spray tag group or whatever. We come to find out she's like twins, like she has a twin brother and stuff like that. But then the doctor, therapist, whatever, is trying to have like some sexual like hormone therapy thing because they accidentally cut off the girl's
stuff.
They're trying to do circumcision and it just went wrong. So they just gave him a sex change because it was so young. And they killed the doctor, but we don't know who it is because the girl is now a boy. And the other one went to the movies, and it was one of the perfect they got away with it crimes that you actually were in favor of, like justified. Yeah, it was fully justified. So that was a great episode.
That ending scene where they're both like, it's like the side by side, and it's just both kids just like looking off, and I'm like, God damn it. That's one of the best endings of an episode.
They put their hands and faces on like the wall, and then like you get the side by side. Like there's no way they could know that they're there, but that's that twin telepathy going on, you know.
Oh, yeah.
the other one, this is season 12. Uncle Jesse from Full House makes an appearance in Bang. The dude that's over here poking holes in his condoms and has like a whole like 3 NFL football teams worth of family members
He's got
as
a
children.
whole Royal Rumble of kids.
Yeah, he had a whole Royal Rumble, man, and I'm talking about the greatest Royal Rumble, the one that was in Saudi. Like this, and then, bro, like because you see him as like this like good guy in Full House as Uncle Jesse, and then he's just this psychopath, this weirdo, fucked up dude in SVU, and he plays it so well. And at the end, the fucked up part is at the end, he still doesn't see anything wrong with what he did.
No.
Look, but you know who's watching this episode and taking notes? Nick Cannon.
I was gonna dub this the Nick Cannon episode if I couldn't figure out the name.
Oh yeah.
Y'all need to relax.
Nick was sitting back watching it like, "Oh, this nigga spitting." Why not?
That's fucked. But like how they kill John Stamos, one of the most gruesome, also kind of justified kills in the series. Oh man, exploded like a watermelon.
Oh, and she was laughing about that shit, drinking wine.
Yeah.
Hey,
but that was cool though. And at that point in time, I had no idea there was like exploding knives that you could use on people to unalive them.
You shouldn't be using it on people.
Well, like that's some Mortal Kombat shit right there.
Because she's gonna say she was just trying to castrate him. She's like, he just blew up, and then she started laughing. I'm like, yo, she really crazy.
I mean,
I understand.
Yeah, like
can't really fault her at that point.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, as the woman here, I would have done the same goddamn thing.
I ain't mad at it.
Laughing about it too. Shit. I found out this man's poking holes in condoms. Check your condoms, ladies. Don't trust these men. These 3 are fine. But like, don't trust these men out there.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was straight crazy. Now, you know, I just thought of, there's 2 I thought of. That one episode where it was like the older woman that was an escort. She had this crazy ex. And the episode started with this dude just headshotting like person after person. Everywhere he was going.
Fuck, what is the actress's name?
Yeah.
That's Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
No, dude was going cross country, just popping dudes left and right. And she was the only person that like had contact with him before that knew who he was and how to get in touch with him.
And then like they're trying to get her out of the escort business at the end, and she's fighting it, even though she's got like kids and grandbabies and good episode.
Doesn't she actually walk away from the escort business though?
I think eventually she does, like at the
very end. Yeah,
at the very end.
Yeah, but the other one that was like a real mind fuck. The dude that he had built some little like torture chamber and stuff for like for kids and stuff like that, but he hadn't actually done nothing. But he kept like taking pictures and was meeting up with people and having all these discussions about, you know, we find some little boys in the park and stuff like that, and we're gonna take them back here, and I built this torture chamber that's soundproof, and we're gonna cut them up and all this other shit. But they didn't have no proof of it. Like there was never, he was considered I think the episode was called like Thought Criminal or something like that. But then it ended with Amaro beating the dude the shit out of him because he was in the park taking pictures with his camera.
That's
and
all you have to say. Now,
yeah, Amaro went and snapped and just went crazy because he beat the case because they went through and found the place. Wasn't no evidence of nothing being done, and they couldn't charge him with nothing. But Amaro seen him in the park and was like, "Nah, fam, we ain't having this."
That's the episode. I didn't knew that. I'm going through some of that info, but like Kevin from The Office was in there. Shout out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like
every famous person who's been in the show.
really? Buzz McAllister, the guy that played him from Home Alone, he was in the episode of SVU once.
He was.
With Taryn Manning, same episode.
To be fair, he does kind of like strike me as someone that would be in an SVU type character. You know,
fucked. But
Toby from This Is Us was on an episode of SVU once. I don't know if nobody else watches This Is Us.
I caught a few episodes. I'm too emotional as a person, so I couldn't.
They be doing the most. They just be doing the most. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I'm not trying to cry every fucking episode. I'm too emotional for that shit.
They do.
Like,
they really do.
They just habitual line steppers.
I mean, they got fucking people from Hamilton in episodes. Leslie Odom Jr. is a pastor in like 4 episodes.
He is.
Aaron Burr as the pastor? Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't SVU, but Michael B. Jordan was on an episode of Criminal Intent.
Shout out
playing
to
a boxer, ironically.
Okay.
It's on Peacock if y'all haven't seen it.
I have not.
I have to check that out.
I remember when they copied the Ray Rice incident.
They did have a Ray Rice episode.
Oh my goodness, man. And they made it so obvious too. Crazy.
But it was a good
I'm
episode.
surprised I haven't seen any like new R. Kelly episodes. It's like they vaguely reference R. Kelly like a few times before, but like I don't think I've seen any like whatever the new stuff R. Kelly had going on.
What could they even draw inspiration from like recently that they could like make an episode out of?
They did have a Johnny Depp Amber Heard episode last season.
Did they?
That's
not surprising at all.
No, that shit took over the internet.
Yeah.
Wow.
What would? Okay. What are the odds?
Definitely getting a Danny Masterson one whenever they start production back up.
Here's one. I know this isn't a wrestling podcast, but what if they do something off of like the Vince McMahon like scandal that like happened?
I would not be surprised if there's not a Vince McMahon episode in the next season or two.
I'm about to say, especially considering he didn't get caught, get jammed up with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It be the ones that don't go down for it. That it's like, okay, yeah, we gotta visit this at some point.
That's got to be at least a 2 episode. It's got yeah. It's a lot to unpack there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I seen an article earlier this year. There's a 29-year-old woman forged a birth certificate to enroll as a high school student. I figure like that'd be a good SVU episode right there.
I think I seen something similar like that. I don't know where the fuck I seen something. I don't know if that was in like TV or whatever, but wasn't. I don't remember if it was on SVU or in some other TV show, but it was like this girl that kept changing her identity so she can stay in high school. Like I don't know
what you're talking about. I don't know what the fuck it's from either, but like I know what you're talking about.
I think it's either House. It's either House or SVU. It's got to be one of those 2 shows. But
see,
like
I immediately thought Criminal Minds.
SVU had an episode where there was a girl that she like I forget what it was. She was a grown ass adult, but like something about like her identity,
like a genetic disorder or something.
Yeah, something like that. She looked like a child physically.
Yes.
Oh,
so telling everybody she was like a minor or whatever, something like that. But really, she was like 20, almost 30 years old, something like that.
Yes.
Because she was messing with this kid that was like a teenager or whatever, and he didn't even realize that she wasn't an adult. But then they like did her, I think it did her dental record and stuff like that. Like, no, this is a 20-something-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, nah, she grown as fuck. We don't know what's going on here. There's.
Wow.
I couldn't
do that.
I don't remember the episode because I'm awful with the episode names. I can tell you the episode, everything about it, but the titles. It was this lady, and she had ended up having like multiple personality disorder, dissociative identity disorder, and she was like in a cave looking for spiders, and her baby was missing, but then ends up being like the baby wasn't hers, it was her sister's. They planned this whole thing to like get her free and like fake this identity disorder. She holds Kathy at knife point in Stabler's house.
With like pigtails or something, right? She was.
Yeah, that was Dory's. That was the Dory character. I remember like the character, like the different people she's playing, but she had like everybody fooled thinking she actually had it. Goes to trial, gets off, but then they arrest her sister at the end because they found the like book in her bookcase. Crazy shit. Hell of an episode. Again, I was a psych major at one point and a social work major. Like, I love that kind of shit. Like, especially if you're faking it that well that you're fooling everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
That was a great one. I can't remember the name of the episode, but I like a lot of the episodes where like the victims are a guy, and it kind of highlights how guys can be victims of sexual and physical and mental abuse as well.
Oh yeah,
and it's this fucking psychopath bitch that's out here like cattle prodding dudes and making them ejaculate and like selling their sperm so they can have like babies and stuff. Like so they impregnate her and she's trying to have like this perfect genetic child or whatever. So she did that with like sports athletes or whatever. Like she was roofing them, cattle prod,
Yes.
like no, not cattle prod, but like it's like it's a rod, electrical rod up like up the butt, and then force them to get erect and ejaculate inside
Yeah.
her, and fucked up.
I remember
Fucked
that
up.
episode.
Yeah, it was
Now,
fucked
women are
up.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. Then at the end, it's revealed they go ahead and like she has the fucking child. Like supposedly she was gonna have like this child for other people and like got all this extra money. So not only did she like rape these men, but she over here robbed other families, multiple families, promising this baby, ends up keeping the baby, has her mom in on this little scheme of like finding where the baby is. They eventually cut a deal with her, and then the biological father of the baby, which is like this doctor that thinks about genetics or he's perfect and ends up keeping the daughter. It was like, oh no, she's gonna be perfect because like my IQ is this and the crazy bitch's IQ was this. She's gonna be a genius. She's perfect. And I'm just like, that child's gonna have issues.
Facts, man.
Just
We can't leave without getting into Sergeant Mike Dodds.
R.I.P.
That was a whole experience right there. The 2 episodes, like first off,
You know somebody's optimistic about what they about to do after they leave that division. It ain't about to end well.
oh hell no.
yeah,
Mm.
like dude came in there and like there was already that skeptical feeling about like, okay, this the chief's son. He gonna come up here and be all extra and stuff like that. But he was cool. Like he was he was a little forward. He was a little overzealous, but Liv talked him, got him back down, and he was part of the squad. But Dodds wanted him to move up, doing some other things. It's his last day on the job. How you gonna get shot on your last day on the job, man? Like
Over some BS.
Yeah, man.
Literally.
Dude was trying to be a hero. But see, honestly, like I think the part that got you was like, all right, they make it to the hospital. He gets stable, and like they gave us hope. Like, you know what, he might be all right. He gonna pull through. And the wife comes in, and then he start messing up. You hear his speech just go like off, and like his eyes is going around and shit like that. I'm like, oh, nah, we not about to do this. Like,
Yeah.
oof. That the
My
end of
man's
that
caught the red
episode.
rings, bro.
Yo, the end of the episode was like, all right, y'all done did too much this time. Like, I'm gonna have to take a week off because
Yeah.
y'all done did too much this time, bro. Like,
That's how they did me with Jamie, man.
oh,
Same way. Like,
cold blooded.
this man just want to go on vacation, bro.
Mm-hmm. Nah, man. Like some of the ways dudes got written off the show was crazy. Like Lake was cool. I was thinking he was gonna be around for a minute, but you know that case that he had, I think it was like some dude from Philly, and they was trying the case, they couldn't get it, they couldn't make it happen. He got so close with that family, you know what I'm saying? They like, oh, he ain't gonna get justice. Well, I'm gonna go find this nigga in the alley somewhere. And pop.
I will get justice.
Crazy.
What a show.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking show.
I gotta catch up.
Especially heinous.
Listen.
Especially heinous. That, I mean, realistically, writers and actors strike aside, how long do you think SVU will continue to go on?
Y'all might as well hit 30, man. If
I was gonna
everybody's
say
down for it.
minimum 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stabler out here swole, you know, he can do it.
He can do
That's what I'm
it.
saying.
Stabler look like he can main event WrestleMania tomorrow.
A nice looking man, I will say.
Yeah.
He's 60.
You be staying what?
Don't look
Yeah.
it.
He's 60.
Damn.
Christopher Maloney, goddamn.
Aging well, taking care of him. So
Shout out to Elliot.
Yeah.
Love that.
Great.
So
His son kind of look like Hook.
Stop.
Oh, shit. Nah, he do though.
Not sleepy,
really
Justin
do.
Bieber.
Yeah, no, I honestly, and listen, I love Liv, but at some point in time, and we don't have to do nothing crazy. She could just retire, you know, go on about her business the rest of her life. You know, we don't got to do nothing dramatic. But it's like at some point in time, you know, you gotta. So like her therapist even said it. Like, what do you feel like you need to keep doing this job for after 20 plus years? You know what I'm saying?
Cragen walked away.
Right.
Hey, she can't walk away without no drama. You're gonna have to kill Noah.
Yeah.
Why are you manifesting that?
Why would you even
Y'all gotta
say
kill
that?
Noah, and she gotta go through that grief arc, and then she just gotta retire and walk away from the job. Realize, like, you know what,
bro, you know they be tapped in. You can't be talking like this.
What the fuck, TC?
Hey, Dick Wolf, cut the check.
No, don't put it away. Put the checkbook away.
I'm gonna be tight if that really
What the hell?
Listen, like I said earlier in the episode, like I think the moment you write Olivia out of the show, I think you should end the show, because I've seen way too many shows that lose their main cast character and like don't have a good season. Like The Office,
listen,
that 70s show.
What we all watch wrestling. What women's wrestler you think got the most just craziest stands?
Becky, Charlotte.
It's between. I would say it's between Becky and Sasha, if you ask me.
Sasha stands be wilding sometimes.
Olivia Benson / Mariska Hargitay fans are on a similar level as Sasha Banks on Twitter.
Oh, I know that.
On Reddit. I just come across it just happenstance. I want to see what happened to the show. No, it's a bunch of Olivia Benson fan cams in every damn post. It's crazy.
I mean,
like they love her, bro. She leaves that show, nobody's gonna watch this show anymore.
Nah.
Oh hell no.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
People stopped watching when Stabler left at one point.
We now watching this show.
I stopped watching when Stabler left. Like I took that was one of the times I took a break. It was when Stabler left.
Episodes without Stabler kind of boring, low key. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll still watch them.
And the thing was too, they were just one A, one B, because there was a whole point in time where Liv was like called off to do something different, and Elliot was working the case with that other chick. I
Fuck
don't even
her.
remember her
I don't
name,
like her.
but
she was ass.
Wait,
she
which chick?
was. I remember her name, but they was
Like,
working a
Rosa
couple
Marisco
her
cases
name's
was
together.
pregnant.
Danny.
Yeah, her. They was
Rosa
working a
Marisco
couple
was
cases
pregnant,
together.
right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they was working a couple cases together. You know what I'm saying? And everything was cool. And then she left because it was like, oh, it was that little girl.
Mm-hmm.
That little girl that, like, I don't know, something happened with her parents. She got attached to the little girl, and I don't remember what happened. Like,
I don't remember either. I remember like the little girl staying with, I think her name was Danny, staying with her, and then like caught like the curtains on fire or something. I'm like 90% sure it was fucking Dakota Fanning or some shit. Like, was
it might have been. But yeah, something happened with the kid. I don't know if she went away or she got killed or what it was. But like, Shirley couldn't take no more after that. She just dipped.
Yeah. I was also so pissed when like her and Stabler like had a thing, and I was like, why the fuck is this happening? But it didn't happen with Olivia. That's some bullshit. But
it was another detour.
There's a
Just
lot of
never
stuff that
gonna
happened
happen.
in the Stabler family household.
bro,
yeah.
that family's got some
Yo,
trauma.
Yeah, they're going through it.
Yeah.
Kathleen was a basehead for a minute.
Man, you had little Elliot stealing his grandma's pills.
Yo, it was
She was
tripping.
wild.
Wild show. I love
Man.
it. Very entertaining. I want to go watch an episode right now.
Same.
Are you gonna watch
same.
the Robin Williams episode?
I am. That's exactly what I got queued up.
As you fucking should.
Look.
Is it
let me
social
look.
plug-in time? Because I'm hyped.
All right. Take it easy. I was gonna say final thoughts before we plug everything here.
Man,
Hey, let's get some more Odafin Tutuola storylines coming up next year, man. Like Ice-T was a busy man this last season, so you didn't really see Finn a lot because Ice-T was just all over the place doing stuff. I need more Ice-T. Need more Finn.
Okay.
More Finn in the field. Just do some more. Have some more people from when Finn was a narc. He was a narc officer. Have some more of them people come back around. Like you had one guy, like just this past season, a dude that he locked up. He was actually getting sexually assaulted by a corrections officer in the pen, and he came back to ask Finn for help. I need Finn to get in danger. Like it's been a minute since Finn has been in some danger.
Yeah.
He a sergeant now. Like he got a lot more responsibility.
He
Let's
has
make it
to.
happen.
If anyone can like pick up and take the baton, like take the torch from Olivia, it'd be Ice-T, it'd be Finn. Like
I
if they did
I
want
love me
to,
some Ice-T. He's not a lead guy.
yeah.
Nah.
Said.
Well, out of all
Listen,
the
he
characters,
didn't even
probably-
want to take the sergeant's exam. Like
No.
he was
Right.
trying to chill.
He said, "Shit, I'm
Y'all
gonna do."
cool being out there on the street, Liv.
So I haven't seen season 23 yet. So that's probably what I'm gonna fucking do is I'm gonna start watching season 23. But I did see in 22 that Nick Amaro came back, or maybe that was 23. I don't fucking remember. But he came back and he had like a nice little like facial hair beard going in there, like very distinguished. Loved it. I want to
Shout out to
see.
Velasco.
Yeah, I want Nick to come back as a full-time member of the cast again. Like I missed him so much. Him and Barba when they made their returns. I want them to be back as full-time members of the cast in some which shape or form. Doesn't really matter.
Shout out to Peter Stone. We haven't mentioned Peter Stone's name here.
Yeah,
That is true. That is true. Yeah. Piggybacking off of that, I just want to see, like, can we keep some people on the squad? You know what I'm saying, for a season or two? Because like we done cycled through 3 or 4 different people in the last 2 or 3 seasons. Like,
hey, Muncie
Velasco
gone though.
got a couple. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's another one. Like, I wasn't even that big on Muncie, to be honest.
Muncie was
like,
ass. I'm glad
like,
she's gone.
Yeah,
No offense to the actress, but Muncie character was terrible. I couldn't stand it.
I was not hot or cold on it. so it really didn't matter. But it's like that's just another one we cycling through and getting up out of here. Like let's get a core group together and keep it for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because
like Rollins gone now too, right? Like
she got a team
professor
now.
Yeah, Rollins been gone for a minute.
But I'm okay with that though, because like she done flew too close to the flame a couple times for my liking. She got 2 kids now. Her and Carissa got married. Like maybe you need to step away from all this. Cause
ain't she pregnant too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And she should be.
Look, when they brought in Rollins and they brought in Amaro, they let them sit there for a while. They've done it in the past where they bring in characters and let them sit there for a while, let you see them grow, let you see them as characters and just want to get to see more of them on the screen. Lately, that's an issue that I have been seeing. It's like their rotating cast isn't it. You need to keep a stable cast. You can't just keep rotating this shit. This is not all that. This is not Friday Night Live. You can't keep rotating casts.
Friday Night Live?
Saturday Night Live.
Copyrights?
I'm trying to avoid copyright strikes.
These shows come on the same network, Vince. You can say the names. It's okay.
I don't know why the fuck I said. I don't know why I said Friday night, but yeah, Saturday Night Live or all that. Shout out to all that.
I thought you were trying to say Friday Night Lights. I was like, that's another type of show. Like, it's wrong. No.
Oh man.
All right. Jesus.
It's a long night. It's been a long day.
You're telling me. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for talking some SVU for a nice solid hour and a half. It was a good time. Go around, plug your socials, do what you got to do. We'll start with Vince. We'll go that way. So Vince, easy.
Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESVince. The link tree in my bio takes you to everything. Straight Talk, Get Your Podcast, Smacking the Raw. Dropping the final episode of Straight Talk. I was gonna do it this weekend, so I'm just gonna drop it early next week, whenever this drops. The week of the 14th. That's when I'm gonna drop it. Episode 50, the current call. We talk Pokemon, fantasy booking with Will and Matt, and then we have NBA Jersey Jam session with Bosch and Jalen on the beat. Fucking fantastic time. It's a double-decker episode. Check it out.
And I am the thespian TC Fontaine. You can follow me at tc.fontaine on Instagram, foi.flex on Instagram, ykwrestling everywhere on social media. That is the Young Kings Wrestling platform. Me and my guy Reek over here. You know how we do. We talk wrestling.
Yes, sir.
We talk wrestling like black people. Yeah. Check us out. It's a good show.
Yes, sir. And I am Reek Havoc. Y'all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ReekHavoc24. And also, the past episodes of the Havoc Hour are all up on all streaming platforms. The video versions are up on YouTube. I'm looking for a panel of football fans because football season just got started up Thursday. We're going to have some more games on Sunday. So I'm going to try and get a panel of people together to resurrect the dead, so to speak, and get back into it, man. But in the meantime, all the content is up, so y'all can check that out.
For sure.
See, he says this every week, guys.
You've been saying it every week for months.
If I got some people with me, I'll be more motivated. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know football. I put some money in DraftKings. I won $6. That's all I needed.
I heard that.
Well, Reek, we need you to resuscitate Havoc Hour so we can do part 2 of this Dragon Ball Z podcast that was supposed to be on the Havoc Hour this whole time. It's been about
y'all are never getting that done.
It's been about like 3 years now.
As a fact, I gotta find my notes for that too, because
bro, I don't have notes for that anymore. I have to figure out what the questions were.
We just gonna have to like.
Y'all just gonna have to rewatch
jump started.
Start anew.
I mean, yeah, because like all we gotta do is just hit a talking point. We can just start rolling from there.
Talk about Dragon Ball Bridge coming back, covering the Buu saga.
Is it for real?
Shorts, yeah, they're doing shorts. Like some content creator. This is not the time and place for this. Not the time and place for this.
Yeah, like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? We don't watch Dragon Ball. God damn it.
Sorry.
We in the wrong place for this.
Yeah, it's not the time nor the place. Once I end this recording, then y'all can talk about it. But of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KDRS13, Linktree in my bio, take all things ShElite Showcase. This obviously is on that Patreon exclusive. This is the September episode. Next month will be all things Halloween related. Obviously, Matt will be on the show. I don't know who else, to be determined. But for the weekly show, twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase and youtube.com/ShElite Showcase, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. You can watch all of the past episodes on YouTube, Inside the Mind of, which may also end up being an exclusive on Patreon, to be determined. I'm not sure yet. Everything that we've done, we hit 2 years as we record this next week. But 2 years of ShElite. So, what a fucking ride it's been. And we're here. So, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Yeah, we out.
Come.